Feeding Your Ball Python is presented by Reptile, television and videos for happy and healthy herps.
And now we're going to talk a little bit about what a ball python would actually eat on a weekly basis. Ron, this guy looks pretty content. He probably ate something recently. Would a ball python eat vegetable matter or plants?
No, we classify their food as either being because they're an omnivore or a carnivore or a herbivore, a plant eater. It's true they do eat a little bit of plant because when they catch rodents and ingest them, they get some plant material. They probably get minor benefit from it. But basically, they eat rodents, so they're a carnivore. And them little tiny holes on the top of the lip that sense heat tell you that they're rodent eaters because they're looking for warm-blooded prey. They eat various rodents, mice, rats. There's several of them where they come from in Africa. Usually we suggest large mice to feed them as opposed to rats. Some people feed frozen, but remember, freezing kills thiamine, an important B vitamin. So feeding frozen all the time is not good unless you have a good vitamin supplementation. And you'd want to do that in balance, of course. There is a rat that is now being bred in America. It looks more like a mouse, but it gets the size of a rat that they're accustomed to. And a lot of ball pythons, they go off feed during the winter. When you put that particular rodent, they perk right up, their tongue starts flicking rapidly, and all of a sudden they want to eat. And a lot of people scent a regular mouse. They'll rub it against that particular rodent and let it go. They'll pick up the signals and they'll go back to eating again.
What is it about that particular rodent that is attractive to the ball python?
Chemically, in the Jacobson's organ, which is in the roof of the mouth, after they pick up particles deposited in the roof of the mouth, they recognize it from their past, from their genetic inheritance, and it's more favorable to them. One thing we want to be careful of, if a snake doesn't eat in 5 or 10 minutes under supervision, we take that rodent out. If you leave the rodent in, if it hasn't been getting a good diet, they suffer from protein deprivation during the night. And automatically they're programmed to jump on the snake and eat big chunks of flesh out of the spine. And in the morning you see major damage and sometimes paralysis. So we never want to leave a food item in the cage. 5 minutes, 10 minutes under supervision, and then take it out if they don't eat it. And if they don't eat it, it's because they're upset, or they're sick, or perhaps they're shedding. They shed approximately every 7 weeks, like this young one. As they get older, the period between shedding goes a little bit longer. But it's important for them to shed because if the skin gets damaged, the old layer comes up like this, just like a shirt, and then it gets taken off and a new layer underneath comes to the top, and it repairs the damage that way.
I see here at Wild Cargo sometimes they put a towel over the tank. Do they like to be in private?
They do. That's why they come out at nighttime, and it's very important. If you have a lot of people standing around and getting real close, sometimes the animal will start to eat and then he'll back off, and they don't have good vision. They'll see this movement and they'll be worried that they're going to be eaten once they're committed to swallowing an item.